Okay, here we have this little thing these guys sent me. There's going to be a buying link for this thing in the description of the video. So if you're interested in it, that's what the link where you'd buy it from. The brand is Tommy Vic. It is a Model TY 601. It's a little cutesy chainsaw thing. It's 6 inches long. Battery powered, obviously, and it's used just for trimming trees and stuff. I've played with it a little bit here, and it appears to work okay. A little bit concerned about the chain. It seemed to loosen really fast. Now I'm going to run this thing through a pretty hard test today, and we'll see how fast this chain does loosen. Because in my initial use on it, it did loosen up pretty quick. But, you know, it's got a trickle charger that's with it, 2 batteries, they're 21 volt. This is not a quick charger that's with it, so it's going to take a while to recharge these things. They give you a couple of gloves, wrenches, screwdriver for tightening the chain. This thing also comes with a set of safety glasses. And they give you this little oily thing. It does not have any oil in it, which is probably just as well, because it probably would have leaked all over the case. I used SAE 90 in it. This chain does not automatically oil. You have to oil this chain yourself. And so it's a little inconvenient there. Got the little glovey things. This is kind of cool. It's got the little box, little carry-around box thing, which is kind of nice to have because you can have all your stuff inside it. I want to find out how good this thing is, how long these batteries last. It's springtime. I got a whole bunch of branches and stuff to cut, so I'm going to get started on them. Now, it does have a spare chain. If the chain is wearing as much as I'm afraid it is, we may actually need the spare chain. Don't want to beat it up too bad yet because I haven't really given it a thorough test. There's not much else to this. I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting a bunch of stuff, and we'll see how long these batteries last, if they last long enough to do what I need, and the chain holds up pretty good. So I'm going to get started on it. Okay, here's the result of one battery. It was a fully charged battery when I started, and that's the pile of brush I ended up with when the battery finally pooped out. Not bad, it pooped me out. Okay, I've got another test I'm going to do. I'm going to start cutting some larger pieces, and we'll see how long a fresh battery goes there. Okay, I'm going to start cutting just slices off this thing. We'll see how long it goes. Fresh battery. That's it. Done. One, two. Those are 6-inch. You really can't expect it to work, but it is finished. Okay, results of my test. Overall, I do like it. It works good. The issue with the chain, where I thought it was loosening up really fast, it wore in pretty good. And after just a couple of uses, the chain did not loosen up anywhere near as much. Of course, I kept it pretty well oiled. But yeah, it looks like that's going to work out okay. One thing I would have, you know, I don't even know what size file should be used in this thing. It doesn't give you a file. It doesn't say anything about sharpening the blade. I mean, it gives you a spare chain, which that's nice, but when it gets dull, I don't think I'm going to change the chain. Anyway, for cutting branches and stuff like that, it works really good. And if you had a lot of branches to cut, the 2 batteries would probably take you through it. I didn't, you know, I did a pretty good sized pile of branches there, but you know, if I was really working, I'd probably use up both batteries. But it's not half bad. Now, they are trickle charge batteries, so they're not going to charge up in, you know, an hour or something like that. They're going to take longer to charge. So you're kind of stuck with the 2 batteries. As for my little test with cutting off chunks of log, that was about a 6-inch log, and it really isn't supposed to cut something like that, and it didn't do a very good job. It took forever to get through it. Didn't have enough power to get through it. And it only cut 2 pieces before it ran out of battery. So don't use it for cutting firewood. That's not what it's made for anyway. So will it last? Again, you know, whenever I test these things, I really don't have any idea if it's going to last or not. You know, it's all plastic, which is most everything is now. I can't tell you about the batteries. I don't suppose they're high-end batteries, but I don't really know. Price point on it is fairly low, so I would expect the batteries not to be real high-end. But they do work okay. Is this something that I will use? I will definitely use this. This is it's a neat little tool. It's easy to use, and it appears to be viable. So, well, that's about it on that. Good little tool. Hope it lasts.